Welcome everybody to the top 10 best anime girlfriend list that you didn't think you needed, but will soon find yourself craving more. My name is Misty / Chronexia, and we're about to crank the wholesome all the way to 10. Maybe 9, because number 10 is a bit weird. The rules of this list are pretty simple. The characters have to be dating or considered in a boyfriend/girlfriend relationship for most of the anime. If it's a build-up to a kiss or to the beginning of their relationship, you don't actually see how they are together. Nah, I mean, basically they need to date for more than 50% of the anime at the very least. So let me tell you about those perfect and less perfect anime girlfriends. Speaking of spicy waifus, this video is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd. You know them as the #1 best anime mobile game out there. Yeah, I said it, fight me over it. This upcoming week they have a brand new update patch coming in hot just for you. The new event is called Summer Memories and you can get up to 5 skins for free throughout the event, and they are cute AF. Honkai Impact is an action RPG game where you take control of Valkyries and destroy evil forces through combo and explosions. It's super satisfying. The game has been out for over a year and I still play it daily, so during this Valentine's Day, if you got nowhere to be, nah, fuck it, even if you have somewhere to be, download Honkai Impact 3rd and try out the game. It's an addictive, easy to learn, hard to master deal, well balanced, and since you're here for the waifu, what better combo is there? Check out the link in the description, and now let's kick off this list. Number 10, Akiho from My Girlfriend is a Showbitch. Alright, this first one might get a few people disagreeing with me, and I get it. She's definitely not the ideal girl a person would go for. Unless you're into slavery and power play, which, hey, no kink shaming here. We all got our thing. Mine's pink hair and freckles. Don't worry about it. So the story of Showbitch is about how a teenager has been in love with the school class representative since his first year in high school. He confesses his love to her and she agrees to go out with him, with the sole mindset that she would please every fantasy he has. He assures her his motives are pure, but she won't hear it. The anime focuses a lot on comedy and sexual innuendos, but you won't really get anything more out of it. It's kind of like going to the beach, but you only sunbathe. Like, why even go at this point? It's a weird metaphor, I agree, but I assure you it won't be the weirdest one you'll hear today. Number 9, Yukana in My Girlfriend is a Gal. Now, maybe you don't want your girlfriend to be a showbitch. Maybe you'd rather her be a gal instead. Don't worry fam, I got you on that as well. Do you kinda feel like you got blue-balled with Showbitch? Well, try this one out instead. You'll have panty shot galore, like you went to get a degree in engineering to manufacture underwears at Victoria's Secret. Told you they would get worse. Again, similar plot. A guy confesses to a girl who's the outgoing type and they start going through a bunch of firsts for both of them. I think it's endearing on certain aspect, but that's muddled through a heavy spread of fanservice. Good eye candy. Characters are a bit dumb for the most part, but it's definitely good wrist practice, if you get what I mean. It's cause they play ping pong a lot. Yeah, that's what I implied. Number 8, Yelloha from 3D Kanojo Real Girl. Guy who's an absolute tool with prejudice towards a girl starts to actually give her a chance and she turns out she's nothing like what he thought she was. This anime has a 50-50 shot at interesting you because the first episode is kinda hard to get into, but if you find some appeal throughout the show, by the time you hit season 2, you'll start to really bond with the characters. The manga it's based upon already finished, so despite season 2 airing right now, I think we'll get a solid conclusion by the time it wraps up, so keep your eyes up for that. Number 7, Ame in Denpateki na Kanajo. Denpateki isn't really an anime focused on the lovey-dovey aspect of a relationship. As a matter of fact, the whole concept of them dating has very little purpose in the story. But they are, and I count it because it's one of those where the relationship actually feels like one that would exist in real life. Not sure if you get what I mean. The story is about Juzawa Ju, a delinquent who gets approached by a bit of a crazy girl who thinks they're linked through fate together from a previous life. One day, one of their classmates gets murdered and they start to investigate the case. This anime is super short, it's 2 episodes which you can knock back to back. If you like mystery and thriller, go in with no expectation and you'll be pleasantly surprised. I've recommended it in the past and I've heard nothing but good feedback out of it, so give it a chance.
Huh? 浦部さん、一緒にお昼ご飯食べよう。前にいた学校のこととか聞きたいし、今日から同じクラスの仲間になるんだしさ。
Number 6, Makoto from Mysterious Girlfriend X. Speaking of odd girlfriend, I have to give the number 6 spot to Makoto. This anime is so peculiar, it rattled my brain the first time I saw it. The anime introduced a boy and a girl who just arrived in his class. One day, as she sleeps on her desk, she drools on it and the guy just licks it. Cause everyone wanna know what AIDS tastes like. From that point onwards, he become infatuated with her and he need that daily dose of mouth juice. The anime has an outstanding outlook on relationship and teaches you to not race to the finish line, but rather enjoy the moment with each other, restraints and build-up. It's actually really deep when you put aside all of the kinky parts. Number 5, Yamada from Yamada's First Time. Very similar to My Girlfriend is a Gal and Showbitch, but in a way more wholesome portrait. Doesn't mean you won't get your fair share of ecchi, but there's something truly endearing about this one. Now, to be fair, I am breaking my made-up rule that says couple have to be dating for a while, but to me, Yamada and Kosuda kind of already are dating in spirit. The premise of the anime is how Yamada, the main girl character, claims to be super into sex, but she never did anything with anyone. She wanna bone 100 dudes, but she needs to start with one, and it's her everyday build-up to make that happen. So although legally they may not be dating, they act as if they were, and it counts because fuck you, I said so. What you gonna do about it? Call the top 10 police? Pfft, Watch Mojo doesn't have time for this.
仕方ないな。入れてってあげるわよ。ほら。
落ち着け。今は一刻も早くズボンを回収するんだ。この女が勘違いしてキャーとか言ったら、おわ。
Number 4, Nino, Arakawa Under the Bridge. I have to say this is also one that isn't on the more traditional side, but that should still count considering what it brings. This anime is about an average everyday guy who works in an office, your typical salaryman. One day he has a near-death experience and is rescued by a homeless girl. As a person who always clears his debt, he offers to repay the girl, but her only wish is to have a boyfriend and to fall in love. So he's forced to get rid of his apartment and start living life like her as a homeless person. The anime drops tidbits of knowledge and moral value along the way. Even if not for the quote-unquote romantic aspect, I'd still highly recommend the show. It's a really good one.
いや、名乗りませんでしたっけ？俺、こうです。一宮こ
お待たせ。ごめんね。服選んでたら遅くなっちゃった。
服ってお前な。
復学祝いの映画も行けなかった。
Number 3, Miyoshi from Bakuman. The romance between Miyoshi and Takagi in Bakuman kind of start off with a few misunderstandings, but eventually they actually start to really get in love with one another, and before you know it, you have a really tangible couple with genuine interactions. Miyoshi is super supportive of Takagi, and Takagi cares for her in return. Not gonna lie, it kinda reminds me of my wife and I. She's always there for him despite him working countless hours and never asks for anything in return. If that's not true love to strive for, I don't know what is. Bakuman as an anime is a story about two passionate manga writer who wants to become the best in Japan. It's a very good show if you're into the meta behind the scenes of a particular craft, in this case, manga. Romance is kind of a side project on this anime though, so keep that in mind.
開けてみろよ最高
なるみ
しまった、つい声かけちゃった。
どうしたの百瀬さん。
知り合いか乳児
Number 2, Narumi and Wotakoi. Alright, look, if you watch anime, there's a tiny portion of yourself that's nerdy, and what's more endearing than watching two awkward adults having nerdy sex? Puppies. Puppies are way more endearing. It's statistically proven. But in Wotakoi, you have two characters who've known each other from school times, and they finally reunite when Narumi, the main girl character, gets hired at the same office Hirotaka works at. They decide to capitalize on this fate encounter to rekindle their relationship, and they realize they're both otakus. They do geeky stuff together, and soon, love get entangled in the mix. It's a very recent anime, but if you like references and that warm feeling, you'll find a terrific mix to have. Absolutely awesome to watch with a loved one during this upcoming Valentine's Day too, but don't worry if you've already seen it, this number 1 spot is an even better pick for this occasion.
ごめんちょっと待って
ちょっとって何分よ。
恋かそんなに砂が好きか修行が足りないのか
And finally, number 1 is Yamato from Ore Monogatari. This has to be the purest, most genuinely wholesome romance anime out there. You have a super cute, tiny, beautiful girl called Yamato who falls in love with Goda, a burly, kind, dim-witted, massive dude. And I refuse to picture them having sex together because Goda's monster cock would absolutely shred her ribcage in half like a motherfucking Mortal Kombat fatality, and that's some yabai shit. But if I can bring back your mindset to how cute they are together, you'll find a lovely story about a girl who just wants to make a big dude happy, and how a guy who can't believe his luck appreciates every second of it. They start dating really early on, and you see them build their relationship throughout the episode. One of my all-time favorite romance anime, probably number 2, right behind Lovely Complex. Yeah, that's a weird note to end on, but check out Lovely Complex too, because it's really good. And that's all the smooch you can get from me, fam. Do you want more? The only way you can get more is by checking out Honkai Impact 3rd with the link in the description. Do it for little Timmy. He's not really good at the game, but he's trying real hard. Aw, look at you go, little buddy. Come on, show him how it's actually done. Otherwise, it's gonna be a really dark Valentine's Day for everybody. I don't know, this is the weirdest outro I've done in a while. Give me a likey, give me a sherry, or I'll curse you for some serious yabai shit. See you next week. Bye!
I've been through the hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.